When factoring price, last year the OnePlus 12 was hands down the best phone to buy. It's a stunning device that got almost everything right. The display, super bright. Performance, smooth as butter. Battery life, ranked second in my test. And let's not forget the faster charger and upgraded camera. It was a total package. But here we are, less than a year later with the OnePlus 13. Surely this new phone couldn't be that much better. Or can it? I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja, and this is the OnePlus 12 versus 13 real world review. The OnePlus 13 brings some changes that makes it feel like a whole new phone. For starters, we've got a flat display design, and the phone itself is slightly slimmer and also lighter. Plus, it packs a bigger battery and improved camera system, something you don't see often in back-to-back phone releases. The 13 also has a boxier feel with flat edges, making it easier to hold. And with the smaller camera cluster, the phone feels more balanced in the hand. OnePlus hasn't been shy about experimenting with different colors and textures on this latest phone, and the OnePlus 12's flagship color was flowy emerald, a striking aqua greenish shade that resembles fancy marble. It definitely brought some fun and playful vibes. On the other hand, the OnePlus 13's flagship color is Midnight Ocean, and it isn't just a color, it's a texture too. While the 12 looks more exciting to me, looks more fun, the 13 takes the edge by feeling better in the hand overall. Now, both of these devices do feature a 6.8-inch AMOLED display with 1440p resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate. However, the OnePlus 13 steps it up with a display that's 200 nits brighter and uses a BOE 2X OLED panel. And this exact panel is the one that earned the DisplayMate highest ever rating for mobile display. It is also using a different screen protection, which is Crystal Shield Super Ceramic Glass. Say that 5 times fast. And which I'm not sure if it's stronger than Victus 2 found on the 12, but they're saying it's an upgrade. I'm not going to test it. I'll let you guys do it. The OnePlus 12, on the other hand, has a curved display, while the 13 opts for a micro curved panel, a middle ground between flat and curved screens. The display maintains the immersive experience of a curved screen while improving usability. While the 12 is no slouch and can still hold its own against most displays in 2025, OnePlus truly outdid itself with the 13. And, side by side, you definitely can't tell, but when you take it outside, those extra nits definitely comes into play and are very handy. And also the upgraded protection, what more can you want? Inside the phones, both pack the best Snapdragon chips available at their respective launches. The OnePlus 13 features the Snapdragon 8 Elite, which Qualcomm claims offers nearly a 40% boost in CPU and GPU performance, along with an upgraded fingerprint scanner. Meanwhile, the OnePlus 12 runs the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which is still an excellent chip that handles every task you throw at it. The Elite chip is just the latest and greatest, so there are definitely some advantages, but are they noticeable? Well, I can't tell you everything right now. We'll get to that later in the video. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, hit subscribe, hit like. The OnePlus 13 also boasts a larger 6,000 milliamp battery, and this is made possible by silicon carbide technology. Now, what's impressive is that despite it's a bigger battery overall, the phone is lighter and slimmer thanks to the new tech under the hood. Both devices support 100-watt wire charging, although in the box it comes with 80. It's a thing I don't feel like explaining. And we also have 50-watt wireless charging, so charging speeds remain the same, which is still the fastest you'll find in most phones. When it comes to day-to-day battery life, I'm seeing a similar performance between the two phones during my typical day. I'm off the charger around 7 a.m. and then by the time I head to bed around 11 p.m., I still have around 25 to 30% of battery life. For a heavy user like me, that is very solid. In comparison, my iPhone 16 Pro Max is usually down to around 10% by bedtime, while the Galaxy S24 hovers at around 30% as well. So the OnePlus 13 is right up there with some of the best battery life I've tested, including the 12 as well. As far as software, the OnePlus 13 currently runs the latest version of Oxygen OS, while the 12 hasn't received that update officially yet. That said, we can expect the 12 to get that same update very soon, as OnePlus does a great job at updating and it's also available in beta capacity. On the software side, both phones should deliver similar performances once updated. And if you have a 12 now, you are in for a solid upgrade with the new software, bringing a brand new multitasking feature, Flux themes, and also updated OnePlus apps with AI woven into it. Now moving on to the cameras, the OnePlus 13 features a triple camera setup with all three cameras sporting 50 megapixel sensors. On the OnePlus 12, it's also a triple camera system, but with a 50 megapixel main sensor and a 48 megapixel ultra wide with a 64 megapixel telephoto lens. On paper, there is no clear winner here, but let's dive into some photos and see how they compare. Looking at both cameras side by side, the 13 overall is a brighter camera in all conditions. It's so bright at times I even have to pull the brightness down before taking a photo. The colors are the same since they're both using Hasselblad technology, and the zoom lens on the 12 is a higher megapixel, but the 13 is using a lot of AI stuff that actually sharpens the image. However, that sharpening does over sharp at times, which can make the image look artificial. The 13 also has a much faster shutter too, which is helpful with movement. And the same can be said with the front-facing camera on the 13. It's just better. It actually gets brighter, which brings in colors better, even in lower light situations. So overall, the camera on the 13 is better, but it's not leaps and bounds better, and actually can look worse when using the zoom lens. And honestly, I'm pretty shocked to say that, but that's what my testing is showing, and I always give you my personal opinion, but I do encourage you to test it yourself if you have the possibilities. When it comes to video, the 13 is just better. And every test, big or small, the 13 wins. It's not great with video, and it's still behind many other phones, but there is an improvement, so that does matter. It is very cold. It is very cold. Performance also feels identical on both phones at first glance. Processor to processor, you'll see a big difference in benchmark test, but in real life usage, and that's what I talk about here, the differences are negligible because these chips are already so fast. For gaming, the OnePlus 13 might pull down a few frames per second faster in certain games, but it's nothing you'd notice without running a benchmark. And everyday usage is basically the same experience. When editing a video in CapCut and rendering it out, the 13 may be a second faster, but let's be real, that's not enough to justify upgrading. So while the 13 gets a slight edge in performance, it's honestly very slight. If you have a OnePlus 12, you should really feel good about your decision, as the 13 has made some changes to design and protection, but overall the performance is the same. I do feel the 13 checks a lot of the boxes I'd want to see in a flagship phone, but so does the 12. Right now, you can find the OnePlus 12 for around $900 new and in the mid sixes on eBay used. What are your thoughts? If you want my full review of the OnePlus 13, check out this video right here. Or if you've seen this video, I have another video about the Meta Ray-Bans and why they're my favorite tech of last year. Kevin the Tech Ninja, take care, guys.